Okay, take a look at example 5. It says you want $50,000 in 8 years. So there's our balance and our time value from an account that bears 2% interest and it's compounded annually. How much do you need to deposit per year to obtain this goal? You guys, what I see here is not a one-time deposit, but I'm depositing it every year for the 8 years. So that means I'm going to be using the periodic deposit formula, okay? It's a little bit uglier, but I think we can still do it. So we've got the account balance, 50 grand. We've got a time value of 8 years. We got our rate of 2%, and I'm going to go ahead and say you can check that on the calculator, but that's going to be 0.02. And then an annual compounding means that it only gets compounded and added interest to it one time a year. So we've got our B, R, N, and T values. So we're going to plug in to our beautiful formula for periodic deposit. So if I need to know my periodic deposit, setting up my fraction, my account balance that I want is 50 grand. And I'm going to take my account balance and multiply it by R over N. My R value is 0.02, and my N value for this question is a 1. So in the denominator, we've got 1 plus R over N to the NT minus 1. 1 plus R over N to the NT minus 1. Okay, R over N is still going to be 0.02 over 1. And then my exponent looks like a 1 times the time value of 8 years. And then that's a time, but there's a parenthesis there. And then I've already put in that minus 1 that goes in the denominator, okay? So I'm going to type it in just like it looks. Starting with that fraction bar, 50,000 times 0.02 divided by 1. You guys, we don't really need the divide by 1, but we're going to go ahead and leave it there because it's often not a 1. And in the denominator, it looks like 1 plus my rate, 0.02 divided by 1 for the NT. So I'm going to raise that to the power of 1 times 8 years. I'm going to arrow over so I'm not in the exponent and type in minus 1. So if I want to get $50,000 over 8 years, that means that once a year, I'm going to need to deposit $5,825, and then 0.489 is going to round up. So above 48 cents is 49 cents, 58.25.49. Oh, goodness. That is my deposit amount. Now it is periodic, and that is going to be the same as my compounding time frame. So I will be depositing that per year in order to get 50 grand. Okay, find BRNT, plug into periodic deposit formula.